Now to a story you'll see only on CBS 13. Denise Huskins and Quinn gained worldwide notoriety when their bizarre 2015 kidnapping was featured in Netflix's highest-rated documentary of 2024, American Nightmare.
In an exclusive interview with CBS News California's Julie Watts, Huskins and Quinn detail what happened after that documentary ends.
Yeah, Denise and Aaron tell us they believed that Muller had committed more crimes, but for over a decade, they couldn't get anyone at Vallejo PD or the FBI to listen to them. Keep in mind, those two agencies did accuse them initially of faking their kidnapping. Then they met the Seaside Police Chief, Nick Borges, who introduced them to the El Dorado County DA, Vern Pearson, and together they got Muller to confess to half a dozen crimes that date back to the 90s, crimes that we may never know about if it wasn't for two persistent survivors, a small-town police chief, and a rural county DA. What did it feel like for you to have these two law enforcement officials listen and believe you?
I mean, it meant the world having a chief of police and then a DA with jurisdiction to actually look into something and say, like, we see you, we hear you, we believe you, and we want to fight for you is like, why does it have to be so hard to get that?
But after 10 years, their persistence finally paid off when they met the two men who could help them solve the crimes no one else would.
Well, I would say what we now know is that his first kidnapping, sexual assault attack
that we know of
was when he was 16 years old in 1993.
I think one of the most striking things is finding out how young he was when he started. So age 16, attacking a couple.
He was in the U.S. Marine Corps from 95 to 99, which he was in the band. Went to Harvard Law School.
And that's where investigators say he began his home invasions, sneaking into apartments while women were in the shower, planting cameras in bathrooms and recording neighbors through their windows.
And then assault and attempted rape in Mountain View in 2009, and again a few weeks later in Palo Alto.
They had long suspected Muller was responsible for those crimes, which came to light after their kidnapping. But the crimes became cold cases until they befriended Chief Borges, who ultimately got Muller to confess in a letter.
When I got these declarations, I just couldn't believe what I was reading.
But the predatory behavior didn't end there.
Peeping Tom and prowler activity on Mare Island, just a few blocks from where I lived.
And that's when their nightmare began.
The home invasion happened March 23rd, 2015. Denise was released March 25th. Vallejo PD did a press conference that evening.
Mr. Quinn and Ms. Huskins has plundered valuable resources away from our community and has taken the focus away from the true victims of our community while instilling fear amongst our community members.
We know of a home invasion now in Contra Costa in April of 2015.
Just two weeks after I was released.
The amount of coverage that our case had, that just 2 weeks later, he's willing to do a very similar thing. It shows you how brazen and emboldened he was. And then there was another home invasion in Dublin in June of 2015.
And we would not know most of this were it not for two survivors, a small-town police chief and a rural county DA. What does that say about perseverance?
I don't think I can speak. I'm too emotional.
Yeah.
So it's been hard. It's been hard to put ourselves out there, especially because in the beginning they said, oh, we can't believe these people because they're just trying to get attention, and that's absolutely, it was just false. So it's hard to really publicly try to shed light on these very serious issues from our individual case, but then also on a broader scale, because you don't know how people are going to receive you and how they're going to treat you.
Muller has now been charged with 3 of the crimes he's confessed to, but law enforcement sources tell us there is additional DNA testing and there may be more charges coming. This is just the beginning of an ongoing CBS News California investigation where we're going to take a deep dive into the systemic failures highlighted by this decade-long American nightmare. But we're not just going to look at the problems highlighted by what happened to Denise and Aaron. We're also going to take a look at the solutions. And you can follow our continuing coverage by heading to our homepage and scroll down to CBS News California Investigates.